Sexual harassment. Petitioner alleges bias as Senate dismisses petition. Hello viewers and welcome to Infogist TV. In Abuja, a mad drama unfolded during the Senate's Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct and Public Petitions hearing on a sexual harassment petition against Senate President Akpabio. The petitioner, Mr. Zeberu Yakubu, representing suspended Senator Natasha and PDP Kogi Central, accused the committee of bias and lack of fair hearing. Yakubu initially refused to speak unless Senator Natasha, his principal witness, was allowed to enter the National Assembly. He appeared before the committee chaired by Senator Imasion, LP Edo South, alongside his counsel, Dr. Abiola Akiyode, and former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili. Following heated exchanges and accusations that Senator Imasion had prejudged the case by declaring the petition dead on arrival, the committee dismissed the petition, citing that the matter was already before a court. Speaking to journalists after the hearing, Yakubu argued that the committee was biased and had denied them fair hearing. Senator Imasion has already declared the petition dead on arrival. How can you judge fairly when you have already taken a position? It was clear we would not get a fair hearing, he stated. He further questioned the credibility of the process, alleging that some committee members were openly defending the Senate president. One committee member previously declared on live television that he is a principal witness to Akpabio. How can we expect fairness in such a setting? Yakubu asked. He also lamented that his principal witness, Senator Natasha, was barred from entering the National Assembly despite being crucial to the case. She was supposed to testify with clear evidence, but since she was denied entry, I could not proceed, he added. Dr. Abiola Akiyode, counsel to the petitioner, criticized the Senate's handling of the matter, arguing that the same petition originally submitted by Senator Natasha had been dismissed unfairly. Natasha's petition was dead on arrival. Then how is Yakubu's different? Chairman's prior comments show clear bias, she said. She further accused the committee of inconsistency and manipulations. The Senate rules and the Constitution seem to contradict each other. That is why Natasha could be suspended for 6 months without due process. Today, they invited Yakubu despite knowing the matter was in court. Why call him if they were going to dismiss it anyway? Former Minister of Education Obi Ezekwesili, who attended as a witness for Senator Natasha, condemned the proceedings, calling it a gross degradation of the Constitution. The Nigerian Senate is treating its own rules as superior to the Constitution. This is dangerous for our democracy. The same thing happened when they suspended Senator Natasha, Ezekwesili stated. She insisted that an independent committee should be constituted to hear the case fairly. The petitioner is simply asking for a fair hearing. The Senate should form a neutral committee to handle this matter so justice can be served, she concluded. Yakubu and his legal team maintained that the dismissal of the petition was premeditated and they planned to challenge the Senate's action through legal and constitutional means. Meanwhile, the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, has accused the leadership of the National Assembly of corruption, citing its approval of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State. Atiku made this claim during an interview with journalist Adesewa Giwa Osage on the program Untold Stories. A portion of the interview was shared on Instagram, with the full version set to air on Wednesday. Commenting on the National Assembly's decision, Atiku stated, "I was not surprised because I know the leadership is corrupt and I have no apologies for that. They could do anything. The Senate President is known for such behavior even during his tenure as governor." The 2023 People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate also reaffirmed that he had no regrets about not selecting the current Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, as his running mate. He expressed support for a possible political coalition ahead of the 2027 presidential elections, stating his willingness to back any credible candidate that emerges from such an alliance. "We had a similar merger in 2014 where several candidates contested for the presidency. One emerged and we all supported him. I've never seen Nigeria in greater need of experienced and credible leadership than now." And regarding allegations against Senate President Akpabio during his tenure as Akwa Ibom State Governor, Atiku added, "Not only was he corrupt, but he also had a history of abusing women." Meanwhile, Senator Natasha Akpabio, currently under suspension, has formally filed a petition before the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee seeking the disbarment of Senator Bernard Imasion from the Nigerian bar. The petition, grounded on allegations of professional misconduct, claims that Senator Imasion was previously disbarred from the New York bar for fraud, misappropriation of clients' funds, and failure to respond to disciplinary authorities. According to the petition, Senator Imasion was permanently disbarred by the New York Supreme Court Appellate Division, 2nd Department, on May 10, 2010, following a complaint by Daphna Slyfield, a client who accused him of misappropriating legal fees. The court found him guilty of multiple breaches of professional conduct leading to the revocation of his legal license in the United States. Senator Akpabio alleges that despite his disbarment, Senator Imasion relocated to Nigeria and continued presenting himself as a legal practitioner while venturing into politics. He was eventually elected as the senator representing Edo South Interior District and appointed chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition, a role requiring unimpeachable integrity. The petition further stated that Senator Imasion failed to disclose his disbarment in his Form EC9 particulars of personal information submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) before contesting for public office. The legal action comes in the wake of Senator Akpabio's 6-month suspension from the Senate, which she claims was orchestrated by Senator Imasion in defiance of a court order. On March 4, 2025, the Federal High Court in Abuja, presided over by Justice Obiora Atuegu Egwatu, issued an interim order restraining the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions from proceeding with an investigation against her regarding alleged misconduct during a Senate plenary session on February 20, 2025. Despite being served the court order on March 5, 2025, Senator Imasion and his committee proceeded with investigations leading to her suspension on March 6, 2025. In her petition, Senator Akpabio described Senator Imasion's action as contempt of court, citing Rules 31 of the Rules of the Professional Conduct for Legal Practitioners 2023, which mandates that lawyers must always treat the court with respect, dignity, and honor. She further accused him of procedural bias, stating that he dismissed her petition alleging sexual harassment against Senate President Akpabio on procedural grounds while actively pursuing disciplinary actions against her. Senator Akpabio argued that Senator Imasion's defiance of a subsisting court order and his unethical conduct violates Rule 1 of the Rules of Professional Conduct 2023, which mandates lawyers to uphold the rule of law and maintain high professional standards. She contended that under Rules 74 sub 1 of the RPC 2023, Senator Imasion's action constitutes professional misconduct, warranting his removal from the role of barristers and solicitors of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. As the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee commences its interview of the petition, the case is expected to spark significant legal and political debate, particularly regarding the ethical obligations of public officials who are also members of the legal profession.